gorgeous afternoon. Game 3, the series finale coming up. Padres getting out there early. Nate McLouth set to dig in against Chad Godin, who gets the start here today. And the right-hander will wind it up and fire. And the first pitch of the game misses the mark, and we are underway.
Tell you what, these Padres like to start the game before they say they're going to start the game, but we can live with it today. We were actually here to see the first pitch. They didn't trick us this time. Godin 4-9. You saw his ERA 4.76. 9-5 last year with the A's and Cubs, and had a winning record in his major league career prior to this season. 4 keys to success. Will somebody please make a play? 9 unearned runs he's allowed this year.
Up the middle and through. That may have gotten between his legs, or at least real close to his legs, and a leadoff single.
And can he rebound has nothing to do with basketball. It has to do with his last start. He's got to bounce back for the Padres after lasting only an inning and 2/3 against Milwaukee, giving up 6 hits and 2 walks and 7 runs. And again, 4 of those runs were unearned, but he got shellacked, and Braves are off to a good start against him here today.
He's got a real good slider and averages a strikeout per inning, 102 and 102. Prado at the plate. And Martin, shortening to bunt, takes a strike.
Martin's hit in 4 straight. A big night last night with 4 RBIs. Making 3 RBIs, a solo homer and a 2-run single.
I was going through his game log. He's just hit and hit and hit. In the last 6 weeks, he's gone back-to-back games without a hit twice. Shortened a bunt again.
Obviously wanting to play for an early run for Tommy Hanson.
McLouth, good base stealer over there. And Chad Godin knows it.
Godin's 26 years old, 5'10", 190. Out of New Orleans, still lives in Louisiana. A 34th round draft pick back in 2001.
Prado again showing bunt. We understand we're having some technical difficulties, some problems with our video. We apologize for that. Try and get that corrected as soon as possible. Two balls and a strike to Prado with McLouth at first. Look out. Close play over there. Angel Campos on the call. Godin says yes, and again throws over. Barely came set that time.
Godin has not won a game since June 28th in interleague play at Texas. That was 5 starts ago.
Runner goes, swing and a miss, throw to second, and he's out. Got him on the shoulder, and so a rare caught stealing. Nate McLouth gunned down for the 2nd time this year.
I think it was a hit and run play, Boog. He didn't get a very good jump. And as a result of a slider and a swing and a miss, you see Prado trying to protect him. And he was looking over his shoulder. Tag on the shoulder, and it's out. But a hit and run play that didn't go right.
Filled up now 3-2 on Martin with 1 out. And Godin winds it up and deals. And a good slider right there. That's the pitch. And there's 2 away. Chipper Jones will climb in. Godin overall this year making his 20th appearance, his 19th start. And quickly 2-0 to Chipper Jones. Chipper late on that pitch, and they count 2-1. I guess our audio is an issue as well, trying to get that taken care of. We apologize for our technical difficulties. Braves and Padres just getting started. 2 outs, bases empty in the first. And Chipper lines a slider out into center field. Base hit with 2 outs.
Chipper said his approach today against Godin was to try to hit every pitch he threw 9 miles. He said, actually, I want to hit them all to L.A. I'm just going to hit hard today. He's off to a good start.
So Chipper aboard, and it's Brian McCann. 0-0, top of the first. And we'll be off to L.A. after this one. Braves will go up against the Dodgers, the first of 4. And that'll start tomorrow night out there at Chavez Ravine. Derek Lowe and Randy Wolf, a rematch last Saturday.
Godin was released by the Cubs right after the start of the season. The Padres signed him, sent him to AAA, made a couple of starts there, and then they brought him up. Compared to everybody else in their rotation, he's got a ton of experience.
Bud Black, skipper of the Padres. It's been a tough year for him. But trying to get the young guys some experience and see if they can finish strong. Here's a 1-2. Yeah, Godin's interesting because he's obviously got a pretty good arm. And you look at his career numbers coming into the season, a 4.45 career big league ERA. Outside.
You mentioned the strikeouts per innings pitched, 1-1, but also 54 walks. That's a lot of walks.
Upstairs outside, and ball 4. So Brian McCann will take his base.
Had a little something working, but McLeouth thrown out on the foiled hit and run play.
And now Garrett Anderson will come up to hit. He's really the only guy with any experience against Chad Godin, and it hasn't been a pleasant experience for Garrett Anderson.
2 for 17, but one of those hits a homer. Garrett snapped out of an 0 for 16 stretch by picking up 3 hits last night, 3 for 5.
Garrett Anderson in an 0-2 hole. How about our Toyota starting lineups? McLeouth, Prado, and Chipper Jones, the top 3. Martin been whacking the baseball around the yard really all season long. And Ryan Church getting his start in right field, his first since a week ago.
Watched him take batting practice today. Looked like he had full range of motion with his right arm and elbow.
A liner to left field. Here comes Chipper. Throw from Headley to the plate. Chipper slides in safely. And with that RBI knock, the Braves lead it 1-0.
Two out, nobody on. And the Braves come through with a little 2-out lightning. A base hit, a walk, and a base hit. And Headley's throw a little bit off the mark. They might have had a play with a perfect throw, but looks like it would have been late. And an RBI for Anderson. An error on the throw allows Andy to go to second.
Who they charge in the air to?
Catcher.
Okay.
Rightfully so. Good one-hop throw, and he just didn't catch it.
So Eliezer Alfonso charged with that error, and that's his first of the season. And the Braves with an opportunity to add on. 2 in scoring position. Escobar, low liner, and it's caught by Rodriguez. Almost got through, and the Braves would have hit the jackpot. But Garrett Anderson delivers the run. Tommy Hanson will take the mound with a lead. Park, and the Braves have already jumped out to a 1-0 lead. And how about our Toyota starting lineups for the Padres? And manager Bud Black, Adrian Gonzalez back in the lineup, tied for 3rd in the league with 28 homers. He leads the majors with 83 walks. Why would you pitch to him? Cabrera and Venable in front, Kuzmanov in back. And Tommy Hanson will take the hill.
His last 2 starts, losses. However, he didn't get any runs to work with in either one of those starts. He got beat 4-0 and 5-0, including a loss to the Dodgers in his last outing. Big blow there was a 3-run homer by Andre Ethier.
And the first pitch from Tommy misses outside to Cabrera.
4 keys to success for him today. Please, sir, may I have another run? Okay, you got one. Now be happy. Make it work. And cut down on those mistakes. Hanging sliders especially that have turned into damaging blows.
Just so we're clear, that was an Oliver Twist reference in our 4 keys to pitching success?
Try to work in a little culture, Boog.
Okay. Wanted to be clear whether it was Oliver Twist or Kevin Bacon being paddled in Animal House. Thank you, sir. May I have another?
There is a bit of a difference.
A walk to Cabrera, and with a man at first, how about the defense in back of Tommy Hanson? Anderson, McLeod, and Ryan Church left to right in the outfield. Chipper, Unell, Martine, and Adam LaRoche third to first. And Brian McCann, day game after a night game, but he gets the start, and he'll work with Tommy. Runner goes. And Cabrera is safe. Did he come off the base? Yup! Got him. overslid the base. I think it was the left leg where Yunel Escobar put the tag down.
Guess what? It came back to haunt Mr. Cabrera, what he did to Matt Diaz the other night when he kind of helped Matt slide off the bag with a little tag pressure. He overslides the base, yes. Leg came off, but look at Yunel. He was helping his foot off the bag there. Well done by Yunel.
Chopper off the plate. And Prado just had time to glove it. I don't even think he knew he had it. And a base hit for Venable.
Here again is the tag. You see him go right through Yunel's leg. Left foot will come off the base, go back to the base, but Yunel bumped it a little bit, knocked it off, and that's where they got the call.
There it is right there. Bill Welke standing right above. And that'll be a caught stealing. So a man at first after Venable pounded that one off the plate. And with one out, it's Adrian Gonzalez.
McLouth was 16 out of 17. He gets caught stealing in the first. Cabrera 15 out of 16. He gets caught stealing. Adrian Gonzalez with tremendous power the other way.
This is a tough home run hitter's park. He hits more of them on the road, but regardless.
Take a look at the direction of his home runs. Almost twice as many to left field as there are to right. Hanson's got a lot of family and friends here that made the drive down from Redlands, which is in or near Orange County.
The 2-0. And that missed the spot. Now 3-0. And one of the things with Tommy, as Kuzminov waits to hit, he got sick and lost a whole bunch of weight. His throat really got swollen. He had a hard time eating. And he's thin right now. And I don't know what you can sit here and connect, but I do know that they list Tommy Hanson at 220. He told me his ideal weight is really more like 225, and he's been sitting at about 208.
Yeah, I was going to say, I bet he's not even 210 right now, and pants are kind of hanging on him.
Yeah, his media guide listed weight is 220.
He only walked one against the Dodgers in that loss his last time out. Already 2 walks here in the first inning, and really not that close. He's not missing by just a little bit. He's missing by a wide margin.
And now it's Kevin Kuzminov. Hold off that slider. It was the slider that was the big pitch against him his last time. A slider that Andre Ethier hit out last Friday night to give the Dodgers a 3-0 lead, a game that they would go on to win. Here's the slider again.
And as Tommy said, and that's what prompted the key to success today, is I've got to cut down on those mistakes that seem to be killing me. 3-run homers do a lot of damage.
Venable at second, Gonzalez at first. There's one out. The Braves leading 1-0 on a Garrett Anderson RBI single. Wouldn't chase that time. Good block by McCann.
Nice stop. Called him a workhorse today in the clubhouse, meaning he was going to the post again today. And I said, you know, really, last night when the game fell in the favor of the Braves late, I thought maybe you get the 8th or 9th inning off, but when you didn't, I figured, well, he's going to get the day off today anyway. And I said, but you're back in there. And he goes, yep.
Hit hard, glove by the shortstop to Prado, double play. Beautiful. Escobar nicely turned, unloaded in a hurry, and 6-4-3, that ends the inning. That is a good looking play. Tommy Hanson gets the help from the D, and the Braves still lead it at the end of 1.
Powered by AirTran Airways by Verizon Wireless.
Tony Gwynn Jr. on the left. I believe Matt Latos on the right, who pitched well in the opener of this series. And Adam LaRoche.
Great numbers here in this ballpark. 21 games, 18 RBIs. One of those homers that's come in this series.
When you're homering every third game in a ballpark, that's usually going to work out well for you.
That will work real well. Raced his average 9 points last night.
Ripped into right center field, and the hits just keep on coming. He's 9 for 14 back in a Braves uniform.
Boy, was that a pretty swing. Stayed back, just threw the bat. Quick hands. That straight line through the arm and to the bat. Good extension.
Hitting off the stiff front side with the leg out front. Working some eye black today. Going old school. I like it. And here is Ryan Church. That hyperextended right elbow's been the problem for him. And his last start last Wednesday in Miami.
Adams now reached in 7 straight plate appearances in this series.
2-0 to Ryan Church. Buster Olney today had a little piece on Jason Hayward, the Braves' outstanding outfield prospect.
Call him the next great Atlanta Brave.
There's a strike. I asked Frank Wren when the Braves were at home against the Dodgers, will we see Jason Hayward this year? And he said no. And I said, what if I ask you in 3 weeks? And he said, yeah, maybe my answer will change. So I mean, that's all Jason Hayward. You know, that's all about his progression and how well he has performed.
Well, he's played well at both stops, Myrtle Beach and at Mississippi, but especially at Mississippi. He's adapted real well to the upper levels of pitching.
Playing for Phil Wellman. Church a little late, fisting that one foul.
Watching Ryan Church take batting practice today, Boo, it didn't appear that he was really hitting a lot of balls out of the ballpark, but in this park, even in batting practice, it's still hard to show off, I'll say. But he was hitting some line drives, and the ball was jumping off his bat. Braves did take batting practice on the field. The Padres did not.
3-2 with a man at first and nobody out. We're in the second, and the Braves lead it. Yeah, this park is tough. Right field especially. I mean, it is deep in terms of distance to straightaway right, but it also feels like the ball kind of dies out there also. Outside, good eye, ball 4. So 2 aboard and nobody out.
Second walk by Gaudin. Braves already with 4 hits and 2 walks. And there's nobody out in the second.
Adrian Gonzalez coming in and calling time and going over the defensive signals.
Odd to see the first baseman doing that. See if they put a play on here with the pitcher up.
Tommy pulls the bat back. That one was up and in.
Just under his hands.
Good bunt towards third. Kuzminov will go over to first where Rodriguez covers, and Tommy gets the job done.
Well done. Want to make the third baseman field the ball here to move the runners up, especially the runner from second to third. And he did so. Just perfect sacrifice bunt for that situation.
And Tommy feeling the love in the dugout. Second and third, one away. Nate McLouth, who singled and was caught stealing. Comes up empty on that breaking ball.
Unlike most teams, the Braves leadoff hitter, I don't know who else has a guy like this, but their leading home run hitter on the ball club is their leadoff guy, Nate McLouth. He's also a run producer. He's over 50 RBIs. So bunting runners up for the leadoff man is a little different for Atlanta because you got a guy with some pop.
Yeah, it's rare. When Rollins is going well, he's a guy like that. But there's not too many of them.
Hanley Ramirez used to be that way.
There you go. The Yanks have led Jeter off a good bit this year, and you know, he's in that range of guy I'll hit you 18 home runs. Two balls and a strike to Nate McLouth.
Good situation here for Nate with the infield playing back. Sacrifice fly obviously gets a run in, but a ground ball here will get you a run too.
Rip and a base hit into right. In to score LaRoche, RBI single. It's 2-0.
Nate had a base hit last night. In fact, he had a double. He was 1 for 5. But coming in today, he was 8 for his last 37. He'd cooled off a little bit. But already 2 hits in 2 innings today. And he has his 54th RBI. Church couldn't score because he had to wait to make sure the line drive went through. But he's at third now and still only 1 out.
Adam LaRoche, after the single, comes around to score, and they're at the corners for Martin Prado, who struck out swinging his first time.
So the question of can he rebound, talking about Godin from his last start, that's still a question mark. He's worked from the stretch just about since he walked out there today.
Braves want to keep the pressure on him. Inside looked like a 2-seamer that ran off the inside edge. And they count 1-1. He's not a big guy, 5'10", 188.
Got that lucky chip pad on his chin. Not too lucky for him. Their bullpen already up.
Yeah, and that tuft of hair has been a good bit longer at times. He's channeled ZZ Top from time to time with that thing. Off the end of the bat. Bud Black, by the way, is channeling the bullpen. Luis Perdomo is up and loosening. He didn't pick up the phone. He just...
They knew.
Yeah.
He lifted his sunglasses up a little bit.
Braves up 2-0, looking for more already with 5 hits in the game. Now I want to know whether Nate is talking to Adrian in Spanish or English.
I imagine English. See, if I'm Nate, I don't want the opponents to know that I speak fluent Spanish in case they start talking about some defensive strategy when he's talking to Rodriguez at second or Cabrera at short.
Good point.
I want to be in on it.
Be sneaky guy, you're saying.
Right. A little stealthy.
Foul tip, and Alfonso couldn't hold on. And it's funny because it's just one of those things that I forget that Nate speaks Spanish fluently, because just standing there in the clubhouse, I was talking with somebody else, and he walked up to Diory Hernandez and looked up when Yusmeiro Petit was throwing the no-hitter and asked Diory Hernandez in Spanish who's pitching for the Diamondbacks. But when he said it, it just stopped me cold for a moment. And I've seen him speak Spanish before, but then they went on to have a conversation, and it just to sit there and say, oh yeah, that's right, he speaks perfect Spanish. Got him again. Fouled that one off Alfonso. 2-2.
Martinez had a good at bat. Last night, McLeouth after the game was comparing bruises on his right ankle to Yunel Escobar's on his left ankle from foul balls, and it was all in Spanish and very amusing. I think Nate won.
The 2-2. And Prado, good eye right there. A tight slider that started as a strike and then bent off the plate.
Yeah, it's one he chased twice in his first at bat. The first one he swing and a miss, and then on the hit and run it was another slider, and he kind of waved at it also.
Chipper Jones lurking in the on-deck circle.
Good crowd here today. It's 12:35 local time start.
In the air center field, Venable makes the grab, and tagging is Church, and he will score. Prado delivers the run, and Martin continues his outstanding work as a situational hitter, and it's 3-zip.
He earned that one, didn't he?
big time.
Fought off all the tough pitches until he got something in the middle of the plate that he could do something with. Deep enough to get the run in.
So 3-0. Here's Chipper. And a pitch out. That caught stealing, by the way, in the first. Only the third time in Nate's career he's been caught by a catcher. Matt Trainer last year got him. Soto and Alfonso have gotten him this year. And both times this year on hit and runs,
yes,
as Joe Vencius points out.
Yes. And on hit and run plays, you don't get as good a jump. You want to make sure the pitcher's going to the plate before you break. You don't want to run a risk of getting picked off.
I mean, that's how good he is, that you could remember every time. If you went to him, he's been caught 7 times in his career. And he can tell you every one of them. 3-1 to Chipper. And a slow curve drops in for a strike.
Yeah. 3-1 breaking pitch. He threw it 3-1. He'll throw it 3-2. Did.
And a base hit to right field. Chipper 2 for 2. And McLeod able to make it down to third.
Put together some 2-out lightning in the first inning. Already have 2 runs in this inning. Chipper keeps the inning alive with a seeing eye base hit through the hole and a chance for McCann to do some damage.
Chipper, Glenn Hubbard having a talk. Chad Godin has the visit with Darren Balsley, the pitching coach, and now we'll go back to work. The Braves 3 runs on 6 hits already, and there are 2 outs here in the second inning. So Chad Godin so far has not been able to bounce back from what was a tough outing his last time against Milwaukee. At the corners, and McCann, who walked his first time up.
Can't get ahead. He can't throw strike 1. That's already 55 pitches for him. 30 strikes, 25 balls. Tell me about the beginning of his career again. Where was he and where did he go? Started off with...
He was a Ray, then he was a J, then he was an A. Drafted by the Rays, moved to the Jays, then to the A's.
I like that.
I'll be here all afternoon. The 1-2. And McCann gets a piece.
Alfonso's taking a beating back there at center. A lot of foul tips.
Prado got him a couple of times. McCann in a 1-2 hole. Godin deals. And he gets him a swing and miss. The strikeout. And that's the inning. But the Braves tack on 2 more. Adam LaRoche stays hot. He's now 9 for 14 with the Braves. And Atlanta adds 2.
AirTran Airways, by Verizon Wireless, by Aflac, by Carrabba's Italian Grill, by Academy Sports and Outdoors, and by Dodge.
Back at Petco Park as we go to the bottom of the second. And enjoying a nice afternoon out there on the grass, and the Braves enjoying a nice afternoon at the plate. It's 3-zip. And join us again tomorrow night. Sports South, the Braves and Dodgers open up a 4-game series. Braves Live starts it off at 9:30. We'll have the game at 10. The Braves on Sports South. This is our team. And it'll be Lowe and Wolf squaring off. And Jurgens, Billingsley, Kawakami, and Kershaw before the finale on Sunday. And we'll have that one for you. Sunday Braves, Fox Sports South, Javier Vasquez and Hiroki Kuroda. Oh, a little cotton candy. Talking about. Chase Headley stands in, switch hitter, had a couple of doubles last night, and had a catch that the umps incorrectly ruled a hit, and it cost the Padres a couple of runs. Ball that he caught that was off the bat of Garrett Anderson. Bill Welke on that call.
I asked Bud Black about that before the game today, and I said, "What did Bill Welke tell you?" And he said to me, "Buddy, I got a good look at it. He did not catch it."
Now ball to the right side, and Prado picks it up.
Buddy Black said, "You know what? My shortstop, center fielder, and third baseman got a good look at it too, and they were all jumping up and down and running in." The luxury of replay, though, we see that he did catch it.
When you see everybody react the way the Padres defenders reacted last night, he had to have an inkling, I would think.
And would not ask for another opinion. It was requested but denied.
Here's Kyle Blanks, who swings and misses. Actually, Bill Welke in the call last night, it ties into a question we got on Facebook from Christy. She said, in softball, we just call the umpires blue instead of their names. Is that what the MLB players do? Or do they try to learn their names?
The latter. The more personal you can be with respect when you're talking to them, the better. I'm not crazy about being called blue. It's too much of a generic, almost disrespectful comment.
Yeah, some guys don't like it.
Yeah. Even if you don't know their name, if you call them up, they'd rather hear that than blue.
Some teams actually go so far, I know the Brewers do it, on the door leading out of the clubhouse, they have pictures of all 4 umpires with their names, their hometowns, their hobbies, so you can sort of chat them up, as it were.
Smart.
Yeah. Outside corner, Blanks down on strikes. And Jim Reynolds, the man in blue, to ring him up.
First strikeout for Tommy. 3 starts ago against the Giants. He set a club record with 11 Ks. That was on July 20th. Good back up on the fastball. Some tailing action there.
And now Luis Rodriguez. Beautiful day at Petco Park. And the Braves off to a good start. Fastball fouled off, 0-2.
And for those fans out there on the berm that we showed earlier, now behind the batter's eye inside the park, there's a scoreboard or a big screen TV rather on the back side of that, right? Where they can watch replays.
Yep. So they can see the field, but also kind of watch the game on TV.
You showed the pitching matchups a minute ago. Boog and Randy Wolf goes tomorrow for the Dodgers. That might signal a day off for Brian McCann tomorrow. Fans waving because they can see themselves on the screen back there. We're the only broadcast in town today.
Two and two now as Tommy tries to finish off Luis Rodriguez, get the Padres 1-2-3. A swing and a miss. He got him. Back-to-back strikeouts. So Tommy Hanson, after some control issues in the first, gets him in order in the second. We move to inning number 3. And 3's the magic number. Braves lead.
Verizon Wireless. What Atlanta Braves player and Braves play-by-play announcer enjoys listening to all his favorite Britney Spears songs right on his wireless phone? Stick around, we'll tell you in the bottom of the 3rd inning. Braves player or Braves play-by-play announcer? It's not me. Sutton.
Lies.
Chip's working with Don on this trip.
Spreading lies.
Not Chip.
This is where we've gone with the Verizon Wireless VCast inning now. Popped up to left and Headley.
Jim Powell is going to Jimi Hendrix. I think. Okay, it's not me. It's not Don. It's not Chip. It's not Jim. Got any ideas?
No, none. I do not have Britney Spears on my iPod.
Is it you?
No. I don't like where
I
this
left
is
you
going.
out, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. I don't know what's happening here right now, but I don't like it.
Where would that have come from? Hot bat again.
Hot bat.
Snell didn't want to take another one off the wrist.
Something off speed. Unell not able to connect 1 and 2.
He's had a good slider, but he's thrown it out of 64 pitches about 58 times.
Yeah. check swing and he held up.
Lots of deep counts.
Did he go? Yes, he did, says Jim Reynolds. Angel Campos, for good measure, rings him up, 2 down.
He had a check swing on the one before, and he said he didn't go. But I'm afraid Jim Reynolds was right on that one. That got out in front of him. And another slider.
And whacks himself on the helmet.
Talked this series about Adam LaRoche being a good low ball hitter, and there is a spot you can go down and in if you can get him to swing over the top of a slider, but it's a fine line between missing in there down in here and then leaving one out over the plate on his jersey there, because he can hit that one too. Go away.
So that's the spot right there.
That's the one.
But there's a fine line between that and the happy zone, you're saying.
That's exactly right. If you just throw a little frisbee spinner up there, this one's buried down and in, and he's over the top of it. Probably a ball, but it looks like a good pitch to hit to him because he's a low ball hitter when it's coming in.
Same spot.
Generally speaking, I think that's typical of most left-handed hitters who are good low ball hitters. I think of Carlos Delgado. You can get him to swing over the top of that slider down and in, but boy, you got to be careful.
Swing and a drive, pretty well hit left center field. Venable out there racing and hauls it in. Adam gave it a ride. The park held it close to 400 feet away. And Venable, a nice run and catch. We're midway in the third, and it's 3-zip. And Cabrera will face Tommy Hanson, who's thrown 28 total pitches. And actually 15 of them have been outside the strike zone. See if Tommy can settle in and get into a good groove.
Good inning last inning, including strikeouts. The last two batters beginning to find a release point. Getting a little comfortable on a mound he's never pitched off of before.
Remember, we get a chance to take a cab to the ballpark with Tommy Hanson in Cincinnati, and he told us that he grew up an Angels fan. Swing and a miss, struck him out. 3 straight strikeouts for Tommy Hanson. Alfonso thought that might have hit the ground after he fouled it off, but Jim Reynolds said nope. He held on and he caught it.
Like another good slider. Yep. Yeah, good play by Brian McCann to quickly show Reynolds the baseball.
So good job by Mack, and Godin up to hit for himself. Climb the ladder with that fastball.
Best one of the day, 93. Saved it for the pitcher.
You started asking him, though, when he said he was an Angels fan. So, you know, you're a big fan of, like, Brian Downing and Fred Lynn and those guys? And he said, who?
Yeah. Might as well have been talking about astronauts.
4 straight strikeouts. And let's get to the Verizon Wireless VCast making stuff up about play-by-play announcers.
No, you don't know, because it might be a player. The VCast Music with Rhapsody Know Your Music inning from Verizon Wireless. We asked you earlier which Braves player or broadcaster enjoyed listening to Britney Spears music on his wireless phone. And the answer is Nate McLeod.
All right.
See? It's not always about you, Boog. Visit VerizonWireless.com/music today to find out more about VCast Music with Rhapsody.
I feel bad now.
Yeah. Because it said player
Okay.
and broadcaster.
Okay. Like possibly, you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And he stands in center field a lot during the game, kind of going, baby.
Right.
Sometimes in Spanish.
Tommy set down 6 in a row. And the count 2-1 to the leadoff man, EVERTH Cabrera. Chipper Jones in on the grass over there at third. LaRoche backed up at first. Check swing, and now it's 3-1. Will Venable would be next. I'm sorry I made it about me.
It's all right.
That catches the corner.
We'll have other questions between now and the end of the year that you can decide if it's pointed toward you or not.
Bounding ball. Prado shuffles to his left and throws out the speedy Cabrera. Tommy Hanson gets him 1-2-3 for the second straight inning. Braves on top 3-0.
by Texaco, by the Georgia Lottery, and by AirTran Airways. Here in San Diego, it's our Blimpie game summary. We go to the fourth, and the Braves leading this one 3-zip. A lot of Braves fans in the house. And here's Ryan Church, walked and scored his first time up. That hyperextended elbow not bothering him here today. And now 2-0. Godin just keeps working that slider, working that slider.
His arm's going to be a twisted mess tomorrow.
That's off the outside edge, now 3-0. Flips the corner there. Padres have struggled to score runs. Pitching's been inconsistent. And at the deadline, dealt away Jake Peavy. That one ripped into right field and a base hit. And for the Braves, the 7th hit of the afternoon.
Good play there by Blanks. I was anxious to see him in the outfield today and see what kind of reactions he had, what kind of instincts, but a good play to keep this ball from getting in the gap because Ryan hit it hard. But the big 6'6", 280-pounder got over there.
Tommy pushes the bunt out in front of the plate. Alfonso had ideas about going to second, but instead goes to first, and that's the second sacrifice bunt that Tommy Hanson's put down today.
He only had one on the season coming in. Both were perfect.
You ready to nail the trivia question?
I am.
All right, here in the fourth, it's time for our Aflac trivia question.
I just don't want to see any more fist pumping today from the truck.
Adrian Gonzalez is tied for third in the NL with 28 home runs. Who was the last Padre to lead the league in homers?
Nate Colbert might be a choice.
Now, right before Gary Sheffield was traded to the Marlins, he had a Triple Crown type of season out here, did he not?
I don't remember that.
What about Fred McGriff?
Oh, good call. Oh. Right there with Andy Hawkins. How'd that work out?
That worked out well. Chad Godin's given up 3 runs on 7 hits, and Nate McLouth's 2 for 2. Out into right center field, and that's going to fall for a hit. Venable picks it up. Church around third. He'll come in to score, and it's 4-0. Nate McLouth is 3 for 3.
And his 55th RBI of the season. So good execution in this inning by the Braves. Base hit. Bunt him into scoring position. And McLouth comes through. 8 hits, 3 of them by McLouth.
Nate having a good afternoon. And now Prado knocked in a run with a sac fly his last time up. Martin knocked in 3 runs last night.
As bad as Godin was in his last start against Milwaukee, again, an inning and 2/3, and he'd given up 7 runs. his teammates came back and took him off the hook and actually won the game.
Yeah, they ended up winning that game 11-7. They were up 7-1. "84 pitches now for Chad Godin, with one out in the top of the fourth. Up the middle and through. Base hit for Prado. And McLouth stops at second.
That's going to be enough for Buddy Black. Guys are just putting the barrel of the bat on too many baseballs, and he's in the middle of the plate on too many, including this one to Martin. Up and out over the plate. And the second one today already that's gone right through his legs.
Short afternoon again for Chad Godin. Bud Black going to the pen. The Braves lead it by 4. Geico, by Verizon Wireless, by McDonald's, by Academy Sports and Outdoors, by Blimpie, and by Dodge. Back here in San Diego, and a short afternoon for Chad Godin as he turns it over to Luis Perdomo, the right-hander and 25-year-old from San Cristobal in the Dominican. The first one to Chipper misses.
They got him off waivers from the Giants first week of the season. Spent some time on the DL with a strained knee.
Chipper with a couple of hits here today. Banks that off his leg or his foot.
Yeah, in this case, it's a Jones trying to keep up with the McLouths. Nate's got 3 hits. Chipper looking for his 3rd.
Nate 3 for 3. He's knocked in a couple of runs. And 1 and 2 to Chipper Jones. This guy's got a good arm. He's not big. 6 feet tall, 170 pounds. And a slider in the dirt. Braves off to Los Angeles after this one. It'll be Derek Lowe and Randy Wolf tomorrow night. Braves Live starts at 9:30. And the first of 4 between the Braves and the Dodgers. There's D-Low. Line the other way and a base hit. Chipper's 3 for 3. And McLouth will hang on at third. They are loaded up.
It's one of the things that makes Chipper such a tough out. You think that you've got him thinking about something inside, and then you leave a fastball up and away, and then just pepper it to left field. And that nice level swing. He's not uppercutting. It's on top of it. Drives it in the hole, much like he did his very first at bat of this series against Latos when he shot right to the left.
McCann 0 for 1. Mack rips that one past the diving Rodriguez. A base hit as Blanks dives to stop it from getting it to the wall. And 2 runs are going to score as Prado comes across. So a 2-run single for Brian McCann, and the Braves have opened up a 6-0 lead.
You know, Mack was upset with himself. Came up last time with runners at first and third and struck out to end the inning. He wasn't going to let that happen again. And raked that one into right center. Good play again by Blanks to keep it from getting into the gap. But that allowed Prado to score 2, who had to wait to see if the line drive was going to go through.
Six runs on 11 hits for Atlanta. And Anderson 1 for 2.
It's a turnaround from the recent games, especially that series against the Dodgers where the Braves had trouble scoring runs. Just the last 2 games, 15 runs with a lot of game left today versus only 7 runs in their previous 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think it really gets down to if this team is the offensive team we saw in July, I like their chances.
They've got to hit. If they want to go to the postseason, they've got to score runs.
Bouncer foul to first.
They will go as far as their hitting will take them because the pitching is going to be there on a nightly basis.
Good day for that young man. 3 for 3. Nate, all singles. He's knocked in 2 and he scored 1. Liner caught at first. Gonzalez and a double play. McCann couldn't get back. Ryan doubled off first, but a good inning for the Braves at 6-0.
Park. All season long, Atlanta Braves baseball on Sports South, being presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors. The right stuff, the low price. Gorgeous sunny afternoon. Yeah, get the sunscreen on. And a good crowd here today. Braves enjoying a 6-0 advantage. Tommy Hanson back to work against Will Venable, who had an infield single his first time. Venable 3 hits in the first game of the series. Last night, a homer, and he walked twice. So he's been on base all over the place in his 3-game set.
In a comfortable situation for Tommy Hanson. Nice lead. Can pound the strike zone. He's already fanned 4.
Set down 7 in a row. Braves trying to move a couple of games over 500 with a win here today. A swing and a miss and another strikeout. Tommy has struck out 5 of the last 6 hitters. 1 up and 1 down. And fans, everything you knew about fantasy football is about to change. Introducing the all-new Fox Fantasy Football with more customizable features and new ways to play. Log on to foxsports.com on MSN and join the next generation of fantasy football.
Camps have opened. Some hitting going on. Scrimmage is about to take place.
Did you hear the story? It's actually from Charger camp out here in San Diego. Is it Antonio Cromartie? Is that the defensive back's name? Antonio Cromartie, who was a defensive back for the Chargers, is a tweeter. He's on Twitter. He tweets.
Okay.
You got me so far?
Uh-huh.
He got fined the other day for a tweet where he said disparaging things about the Chargers' food. He basically said in a joking manner that part of the reason they didn't get to the Super Bowl was because of the nasty food they were served.
In camp?
In camp. Two and 1 to Adrian Gonzalez.
That's rather funny.
So they fined him $2,500.
Really?
And Sean Merriman, who is also a tweeter, immediately tweeted, "I love the food here. Yes, I am a suck-up." 2-2. Slider down low. He held up. And it is filled up.
Talked about all the sliders from Godin. And quite a few from Hanson today, too, but with good effect.
Here comes pitch number 50 from the right-hander. A little bit low, ball 4. And Adrian Gonzalez, his second walk of the day, is Major League leading 85th. All right, time for some duck in your life. Aflac trivia question. Adrian Gonzalez tied for 3rd in the NL with 28 homers. The last Padre to lead the league.
I'm going Nate Colbert.
I'm going to go Greg Vaughn.
Aflac!
I said his name.
I'll bet Fred's watching down in Florida today. And he's giving us that Eddie Murphy laugh. Making fun of us.
I feel like he was the answer to a trivia question earlier this year, and we didn't get it then either.
And we really were stupid then. Just proved it today.
Gretchen Caney
is on fire right now. He's just mowing us down with the Athletic Trivia question. Ball in the dirt, dug out by McCann, and now 2-1 to Kevin Kuzminoff, who grounded into his National League leading 19th double play his last time up.
Well, how about one more just for good measure?
Like hit me baby one more time?
Uh-huh.
Three and one.
Mets played at home today and won. They're on their charter heading this way. They open up a 4-game set here tomorrow night.
Hanson ready, the 3-1. Swing and a miss. There's the slider. The Mets now 5 games under 500. 51 and 56.
They smoked the Cardinals today 9-0.
Ground ball to third. Chipper to Prado 1 on to first 2. His National League leading 20th. Kevin Kuzminoff taking requests. Joe Simpson, well played. 6-0. We'll go to inning number 5 in beautiful San Diego. Braves lead this one as we go to the 5th. Look at the Western Metal Supply building down there in the left field corner. Luis Perdomo continues on the hill, deals outside to Yunel Escobar. Escobar, LaRoche, and Church. 6, 7, and 8 in the Braves order. Braves have pounded out 6 runs on 11 hits. Chase Chad Godin after 3 1/3.
You know, the only guy among the position players without a hit today.
Up and in, hot potato.
It's happening with more and more regularity, and we got an odd look from Reynolds and from Alfonso after that one.
Yeah,
because that pitch was nowhere close.
I'm sure it's something just in his head. It's like a defense mechanism. He got plunked by that pitch from Rick Vandenherk last Thursday in South Florida. So that wrist is still a little tender, and on those inside pitches, probably in his head a tad. Nice play, Kuzminov. And it throws him out. 1 up and 1 down.
Kevin Kuzminov leads the league in hitting into double plays, as we talked about. Just saw his 20th. He's also turning in some stellar glove work this year for the Padres. Made a great play to end the game here on Monday night. It's a nice play. And he is tops in the National League in fielding percentage among third basemen.
We talked last night. I told you, as you look at our Academy Sports and Outdoors leaderboard, I said I would look on the Fangraphs page and check out some of the advanced defensive metrics to see where he stacks up. He's right about middle of the pack, according to Ultimate Zone Rating and UZR 150. By consensus, really, it is Ryan Zimmerman that is the best defensive third baseman in baseball. Joe Creedy would be next, and then Evan Longoria.
I wouldn't argue on the Zimmerman. Don't see Longoria enough to make an evaluation on that, or Creedy either for that matter, but Ryan Zimmerman is a great athlete at third base.
Defense is still something. Individual defensive analysis is something that the stat head's still working on. I think one of the fundamental problems is, you know, even now, the way they do it is they break the field down into zones. So there's somebody at this game determining how many plays each player is making in his particular zone. Roche didn't like that call. But again, positioning is going to be a factor. And then who gets credit for positioning? The coaching staff or the player? Well, they finally have installed this thing in San Francisco. It's a tracking system that will have camera angles that will determine how far every player goes to get to certain balls. So they're gonna nail this thing down eventually to really be able to tell you who has the most range, who gets to the most balls, who makes the most plays. I don't know that it'll be any time in the next year or two, but sometime soon I would bet you that all the parks will have those cameras.
Sounds like a lot of cameras are needed, though.
Absolutely. You'll have Big Brother watching you everywhere. They have a new system that they're using sort of that dovetails off the old Quest Tech, but pitch effects, where they have the strike zone generated by a computer. There are the cameras. And every pitch is determined whether it's in or outside the strike zone, and the umpires use that as a teaching tool.
You know what? I can see somewhere down the road with technology and lasers and what have you, where there's something that comes up out of the corners of the plate with something attached to the uniforms at the knees and at the armpits that creates a strike zone. And if the ball, you know, just like the technology they use now for tennis to determine if a ball went out, there'll be a beep. The ball goes through and hits the strike zone, and there's a beep. That's a strike.
Right.
And umpires will would or could be possibly limited to just making safe and out calls, fair and foul.
Rip, but foul. Look out down that first baseline. That was hit hard. It's funny though, even in tennis, the participants do not always trust the computer. So that every once in a while, I know watching Wimbledon, you saw a play get overruled by the computer, and the players said that it wasn't right still. I guess it'll never be perfect.
Well, I don't think baseball players would ever argue that.
Never.
No.
2-2 now to Ryan Church. Perdomo trying to get him 1-2-3. Up the middle and through, and Church with his second hit of the afternoon. But it's an interesting one. I think that the defensive part of it is interesting. You know, you sit there and have, you know, one guy who's got really good range but might be positioned improperly or poorly, and another guy who doesn't have as good a range getting to more baseballs. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
And I think from a scouting or statistical standpoint, I mean, that's one of those deals. I don't know how you account for that.
Well, let's make a comparison of the two most recent Braves shortstops. Edgar Renteria. The term was used, hey, he catches what he gets to. Doesn't have the range he used to, but he catches what he gets to. Well, you know, Escobar has great range, phenomenal range. So you would think he's going to have more chances and a chance to make more errors. Who's better?
Yeah, it's a little bit of that Ozzie Smith versus Cal Ripken in his prime. Cal Ripken playing every day, making 3 errors, or Ozzie making more, but getting more chances because of the range. We go Ozzie there.
Yep.
Two-out single by Church, so Tommy Hanson, who laid down a sacrifice bunt each of his first 2 times, is up. Rolls that one out to Cabrera, who goes the short way to Rodriguez. Inning over. No runs a hit. Braves lead 1. We're midway in the 5th. Beautiful day in San Diego. Braves leading. Again, tomorrow the Braves open up a 4-game set with the Dodgers. Braves Live 9:30. We'll have the game at 10, as it'll be Derek Lowe and Randy Wolf. The Braves on Sports South. This is our team and our Airtran road schedule. Dodgers' best record in the majors. They're 35-18 at home. And look out for Andre Neath here. He had that big home run against Tommy Hanson in the opener of the 3-game set in Atlanta, and he has just been killing it lately.
They get on base. You can see there at the bottom, average on base percentage and hits. They put it in play, and then they get them around.
Yeah, not a big power team.
No. But Kemp is also swinging the bat real well.
But again, we talk a lot about on-base percentage and slugging percentage. And, I mean, on-base is the number one thing. The best way to put it is they're the best team at not making outs. Here's Headley. That is well struck. Right center field. Church on the go. And that'll bang up against the wall. Headley to second. And he's going to try for 3. And he'll make it.
Anywhere else toward right field other than that corner, he's probably got a home run. He hit it right at the base of the fence near the 400-foot mark in right center. Last night, Javier Vasquez, when the game was really tight, gave up a leadoff triple to Cabrera and was able to leave him stranded at third. Let's see if Hanson can do the same thing.
Here's Kyle Blanks. And he swings and lifts this one to right. Church is there. He makes the grab. Headley tagging. Throw to the dish. Tag! Out at the plate! Ryan Church guns down Chase Headley at home plate. And a double play. The former University of Nevada pitcher throws a strike from about 260 feet away.
He has such a strong arm. He made a great throw to get a runner at third in Florida. He got Dan Ugla then. This time it's Headley. Headley thought he got the foot in there before the tag, but what a great throw. Doesn't have to worry about hitting the cutoff man when there's nobody else on base, and I think the Braves caught a break. Good throw, yes. Good call. Shutout preserved.
I understand we've been having some technical difficulties, some audio and some visual problems. So if you didn't get to see that play, a great play by Ryan Church, gunning down Headley at the plate, and with 2 away, it is still 6-0.
Play by McCann too. The ball was a little bit of a short hop, and he dug it out and had to dig it out and then make the tag all in one fell swoop.
Prado will go to Hanson. Tommy bobbles, safe.
He corralled it, but he corralled it too late. And may have taken his eye off the ball a little too soon right here. No? Looked like he was trying to follow it into the glove, just didn't catch it cleanly.
Error on Tommy Hanson. Swinging a pop-up. Prado is there, wandering into shallow right field. He's got it. And that's the inning. Tommy Hanson gets some defensive help. The leadoff triple by Headley, and Ryan Church denies him from scoring. 6-0. Joe Simpson with you. And welcome back. It's the Coors Light 6th inning. Time for the Coors Light Freeze Cam, brought to you by Cool Train and Everett Cabrera off the base. Escobar tags him out. And our Coors Light Freeze Cam brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light. Take one more look at this play. The play looks like Headley got his foot in there.
Yeah, I think it was a high tag, but the only tag that Brian could apply, so the Braves got the benefit of the doubt on the call. But when it was hit, I didn't think they had any shot at all.
Nate McLouth at the plate. And he's been perfect today, 3 for 3. Chase Headley, been a frustrating series for him in terms of the umpires.
Yeah. Catch
last night. Bill Welke said he did make the play and then thrown out at the plate. He looked to be safe, at least pretty clearly. Three balls, no strikes to Nate McLouth. He's knocked in a couple. I think he told me he got season tickets to the University of Michigan this year, the football team. He's determined that they will make the climb back to prominence. Roller to the right side that Rodriguez picks up and throws him out. Well, folks, the Braves Foundation and the Tour Championship presented by Coca-Cola have teamed up to generate funds to support local charities through the Tickets for Charity program. Proceeds from Tour Championship tickets purchased through Braves.com/PGA will benefit the Braves Foundation in an effort to improve the quality of life for Metro Atlanta's youth. Purchase your PGA Tour Championship ticks and do it today at Braves.com/PGA.
That's a very cool
good partnership
there. Again, a lot of Braves fans wearing their gear here, showing their colors in Southern California.
I still think, it goes back to Friday night, and it was a year ago Friday that Skip passed away, and you see all these people with Braves uniforms on, and the great success and the run, Bobby Cox and John Sherholtz putting those teams together, but also the reach of TBS and you and Don and Pete and Skip, and you guys were the voices and the personality that brought a lot of wins in a row, but also for a good stretch a lot of losses, and it's a tribute to Skip and Pete and you guys, to be sure.
Well, I was just going to say that I was fortunate to come along right as that run was beginning, but before that, at the very beginnings of the Superstation with Ernie Johnson and Pete and Skip, that was just in some lean days, they were still just so enjoyable to listen to and created a lot of fan base for Atlanta across the country.
Those three guys, Ernie, the mix of the humor between the three of them was just perfect.
Well, and they made it fun to listen to. Skip told a funny story on himself so many times and made me laugh every time about doing a game against the Phillies in which he mispronounced Mike Schmidt's name.
You can figure that out.
And Skip said, I just did what I thought was the right thing to do. Just keep talking. Don't take a breath. Just keep talking and do the game, and nobody will notice. And about an out later, Ernie said, what was that third baseman's name again? Skip said, we neither one could talk for 2 innings.
Gonzalez gobbles that up. Perdomo gets over.
Just Skip every day. Something happens, you see somebody, or they remind you, and It's amazing that it's been a year. We miss Pete after his retirement too. We've had the luxury of seeing Pete at the ballpark a couple of times this summer. Hope to see him some more.
Chipper 3 for 3 today with 3 singles.
How about these numbers, Boog, on Chipper?
I mean, drastic splits, basically half and half. Got off to that great start. But 230 for the last 47 games coming in, slugging under 400.
That's not like him at all. Even though he's hit a few more home runs since the All-Star break to generate a little more slugging percentage, and certainly a good day today. But not Chipper Jones-like at all. He's so consistent.
Yeah, I mean, it's a drop across the board in terms of those numbers. And again, one of the things that makes him a brilliant offensive player is that he'll take his walks. So that with that 230 average, his on base is still at about 350, which is 20 points above the league average. So he can still help because he'll walk. But the lack of power, it's concerning. Because this offense is set up, at least in terms of priority, to get people on so that Chipper can hit the ball in the gaps or over the wall. And that's how they get their crooked numbers, at least primarily, and then Brian and so on and so forth.
You're exactly right. That the offense is one of those, the Braves offense starts with Chipper Jones. You know he's going to hit some home runs. You know he's going to drive in runs. Okay, who else can we put around him? And when he has numbers like that in the last 48 games or whatever it was, it really does put a lot of weight on the shoulders of Brian McCann, Garrett Anderson, Yunel Escobar, and others. But let's not forget, Chipper's no kid anymore.
Yeah.
You know, he's 37 years old. Be nice to kind of turn the clock back and have him 31 again, but he's not. And with all due respect to the likes of Jamie Moyer and others who have and are pitching into their 40s and in great physical condition, make of it what you will. You can choose to disagree if you want. They're working once every 5 days. Chipper's out there. Guys at his age are out there virtually 9 innings every day, day after day, and it takes its toll physically.
Yeah, it's a grind for sure, and at some point there's always going to be a decline, you know?
Yeah, has to be.
There's another guy, 37 years old, Garrett Anderson. Brian will take his base, and Garrett's going to get a shot with 2 aboard and 2 outs. Time now for a money and energy saving bright idea from Georgia Power. Use a programmable thermostat correctly to save money and energy. Go to GeorgiaPower.com for more energy saving tips. Georgia Power, Southern Company. Balsley out to talk with Luis Perdomo.
Perdomo hasn't given up any of his own runs, but he did come in and give up hits right away to Chipper and McCann in the 4th that plated runs that belonged to Gaudin. He's walks back-to-back, the first he's issued, so he may be a little light on fuel right now. He's throwing 93, 94. Let's see how far Garrett could hit one if he'd elevated a little bit. thinking about long home runs in this ballpark. I mean, it doesn't give up many homers.
Hit hard to first. Gonzalez will do it himself.
I'll tell you about one I saw Andrew Jones hit here several years ago that was mighty impressive.
Braves have been impressive offensively so far this afternoon, midway in the 6th, and it's 6-0. And our Texaco star pitching performance sequence, Tommy Hanson, some help from the D.
That was in the very first inning when he was struggling a little bit with his control, and then he settled in. At one point struck out 4 in a row and 5 out of 6. And he got some more help. A good throw from Brian Church to save a run. Got a good call at the plate too, so he has worked 5 strong shutout innings and allowed only 2 hits.
So Tommy has been sharp here this afternoon. And Tony Gwynn is going to hit in the pitcher spot. When we went to break, we were talking about an Andrew Jones home run.
Yeah, the longest home run hit in this ballpark on record until this year. And stories have it that Adrian Gonzalez has hit one that went 7 feet farther, but it landed right up here under that scoreboard in left center field, estimated 451 feet.
Wow. Center field, McLouth over. He's got it. Good jump.
Home run by Andrew was July 15th of 2006.
So 1 up and 1 down. And Tommy Hanson to face EVERTH Cabrera, who is 0 for 1. He's walked and been caught stealing. And he's grounded to second. Talking about him, good defensive player, good speed.
I think he's going to be a good asset to this ball club. Still remains to be seen if he's going to be an everyday guy, but his average continues to climb and shows good instincts. Just going to say that fly ball to McLouth, only the second fly ball out to an outfielder today. The other one was the one to Church on the play where he made the great throw.
Fair ball down the right field line, and this guy can scoot. Church picks it up. Cabrera stops at second. I'm sure he was thinking 3.
You know he was. Down by 6, though. You don't want to run a risk of getting thrown out at third base here. Left-handed, he slapped a triple past Chipper last night, going the other way, and this time a double down the first base line.
Led professional baseball with 73 steals last year. And Everett Cabrera, still only 22 years old. He came up in the Rockies system, and the Padres got him in the Rule 5 draft. I was going through some of his minor league numbers. High in the air, right field. Heading towards that wall. Church over there, and that one is gone. He got enough of it. Will Venable, his second homer of the series, breaks up the shutout, and it's 6-2. Will Venable's had a real good series.
Has he ever? And he found the right spot right down the right field line where the stands jut out. It's 322 feet to the foul pole. But if you drop it in that little box right there, you get a cheapie. Falls back to close to 370 on the other side of it. Area where Matt Diaz hit his last night.
And now Adrian Gonzalez. And a base hit ripped to right.
3 straight balls pulled by left-handed hitters. Might be an indication that Tommy's getting tired. That was a slider left out over the plate. He's only thrown 70 pitches though, and it's not that uncomfortable a day. Penn about to get busy. And slider up and out over the plate.
Roger McDowell out to the hill. And the pen getting busy. Tommy today has given up 2 runs on 5 hits. And he has struck out 5. Jim Reynolds out there breaking up that meeting. Adrian Gonzalez with the base hit. It's his first start in this series. Got back-to-back nights off. He's blank started each of the last 2 games at first base.
I didn't read any comments today about his consecutive game streak coming to an end. Were there any quotes from him about it?
I did not see any. I heard on the local news a quote from him where he said, "I told you it wasn't a big deal." Oh, nice pick by Chipper. They get 1 and they get 2. How about that?
Awesome.
Kevin Kuzminoff hits into his 3rd double play of the day, and somewhere Matt Diaz is saying, "Me too." Great play by Chipper, and a turn by Martin.
Instead of a double, it was a double play.
Indeed. 6-2. We'll go to the 7th. Lots of changes for Bud Black. First, nice play by Chipper. A way better play. Prado the turn, and Kuzminov hits into his third double play of the day.
He will not hit into another one. I predict that he absolutely won't hit into another one. And that was the Wendy's way better play turned in by Chipper.
Sure he won't.
Positive.
Towards first, knocked down Gonzalez. Low throw over there, and Burke steps on the base. That's a heck of a play. Both ways right there.
Outstanding. Escobar got robbed in this series by Kuzminov to end the game on Monday night. Last night had a hit taken away from him by Cabrera. Now has one stolen from him by Gonzalez. Escobar was running by the bag saying that the pitcher wasn't on the bag, but looked like he got it with the left foot. Tough luck in this series for Unell.
Center field, Gwynn. Adam LaRoche in this series has pounded the ball over the park, and he's just missed a couple of balls,
including one today in the third inning that Venable made a nice running catch on. But I'm quite certain that Kuzminov will not hit in another double play because he's out of the game.
Okay.
He made a merry-go-round of changes, including a new pitcher, Greg Burke.
Burke to Church. Strike.
Good return today for Ryan.
Yeah, gotta feel good. On base 3 times and a great throw at the plate to gun down a runner.
Biggest crowd of the series today. Almost 22,000.
Roller to the right side. Rodriguez throws out Church, and the Braves are gone 1-2-3 in the 7th. Time to stretch in sunny San Diego. 6-2. And Bobby Cox going to turn things over to Peter Moylan after Tommy Hanson goes 6 strong innings. And Moylan on for the 60th time, tops in the majors.
Yeah, that call of the bullpen's been burned up with Peter's name on the end of it. 60 appearances now. 253 average against him.
He's been pitching better and better and better lately. And the breaking ball especially has looked good. There's that sinker down and away. Braves after this one head off to Los Angeles, open up a 4-game series with the Dodgers tomorrow night. Derek Lowe and Randy Wolf. Headley 1 out of 2. Tommy Hanson in line to pick up win number 6.
Yeah, he only gave up 5 hits, and 3 of them were last inning. Probably a good idea to get him out of there. He gave up some shots last inning. Good turn on the double play, though, by Chipper.
Slap just foul.
Padres have an interesting quirk in their schedule. For example, Atlanta, the last month of the season, they've got a back-to-back series, one at home at Cincinnati, one on the road at Houston, and on the road at St. Louis, where everything else is in the division. Head-to-head. Pitch by Peter for the strikeout. The Padres, however, 2 games at the beginning of the month, okay, Washington, those are at home. And then they spend the rest of the month within their division. Oh wait, except for those 4 games where they've got to go to Pittsburgh.
They have a trip where they go Pittsburgh, Colorado, Arizona.
Yeah, that's beauty, isn't it?
Man. Line drive and a base hit right field. So Kyle Blanks, his first hit of the day. And the big guy 1 for 3. And the number 1 prospect for the Padres is our Lincoln player profile. 6'6", 285. And he can play right, he can play left, he can play first. He's got big power.
That was his first hit in this series, though, since the home run, his first time up.
Bouncer off the plate. LaRoche backs up. And able to get to the base just in time to beat Rodriguez. Nice play by Adam.
Sun was a bit of a problem on that chopper, too. Nice play there. Peter was there, but Adam won the foot race.
Adam already's played some good defense. Kyle Blanks, man, looks like he could be a good player. I mean, I think he's going to be one of those 3 true outcome type of guys, one of those Ryan Howard, Adam Dunn types, where there'll be a lot of homers, a lot of strikeouts, and a lot of walks.
I think you're right there. His body type reminds me of Carlos Lee of Houston in that it's just a big, wide body. He's bigger than Carlos, but very stocky like him.
But he can hit it a long way, as he showed in the opener of this series. And again, it's not like they need him to hit 320 or something.
No.
so rips that one foul. And it's 1-2.
He's been pulling the ball a lot. Foul. Was off the line, playing him pretty much straight away, but Alfonso looks like he likes to pull. Tries to pull everything.
Two down, man at second. Braves up 6-2. We're in the 7th. Try to get him to maybe chase or reach. McCann went scrambling after that. I don't think he was sure that that was a foul ball.
And he's still talking to Jim Reynolds about it. Hard to tell there. I mean, the tick off the bat can be so small, it doesn't even appear to change the direction of the pitch.
Peters 2-2. Got him swinging. Moylan a couple of strikeouts. We played 7 in San Diego. After this one, we'll get in the highway. We'll head to LA and we'll get stuck in traffic.
Runs, 17 hits yesterday. That tied a season high. They bounced back today with 12 more hits, going 5 for 9 with runners in scoring position. McLeod with 3 hits, Chipper with 3 and a walk. All added up to a 6-2 lead. And could make a winner of Tommy Hanson.
Greg Norton is going to hit against Greg Burke. I did see that nasty bruise on his leg. I mean, it is amazing what the lower half of his right leg looks like.
The mistake he made after he took that foul tip off his leg was not telling anyone, and then got on the plane and flew 4.5 hours, and the compressed cabin did a number on it.
Is that what it was?
Yeah, that added a lot to it.
Oh. The other thing he said was, I obviously hit something I wasn't supposed to hit.
Got Greg Burke on the mound's one of those rarities, a non-drafted free agent. Signed with the Padres in 2006 out of Duke.
Towards first, Gonzalez himself. One up and one down.
Burke had a double major at Duke in business and sociology. He made his way through the minor leagues rather quickly. Had 23 saves last year at San Antonio. I think that got everybody's attention.
He's put up good minor league numbers. A New Jersey native. And Nate McLouth at the plate. 3 out of 4. Georgia Lottery hitting the jackpot. And a real good afternoon. Had a nice catch earlier today. But on base 3 times, and he's knocked in a couple of runs.
This game didn't look like it was starting out the right way. Even though he singled, then he was thrown out on an attempted hit and run. Prado eventually struck out. 2 out, nobody on, but then Chipper gets a hit, McCann gets a walk, and Anderson drives in a run, and that got the Braves going.
Yeah, and one of the good guys gets the ball.
Yeah.
That's right.
No.
Giving him some grief. That ran back over the inside edge. And a strikeout, 2 away.
Good pitch.
Here in sunny San Diego. We'll move on to Los Angeles after this one. I mean, there is not a cloud anywhere.
Nice place. You could get used to this.
What do they call it? The finest city in America.
I cracked up several years ago. I don't know if it was Rand McNally or one of the other travel services downgraded San Diego from like 4 stars for tourism to 3 because the weather was always perfect. It never changed.
Yeah, the weather's it's an issue out here. 78 and sunny pretty much every second. A line drive and a base hit. Martin Prado 2 for 4. And folks, Sunday, August 23rd, before the Braves battle the Marlins, rev up your engines and cruise down to Turner Field for the first annual Octane in the Outfield Classic Car Show presented by Auto Trader Classics. For more info or to buy tickets, check out Braves.com. Octane in the outfield. Chipper 3 hits and a walk. And ball 1.
I think we had a reliever. That was at Bakersfield. Fernando Octane.
Is he coming?
I'd like for that to happen. I don't know if he's got an antique car or not. I think his name was actually Fernando Luna, and we just called him Octane because when he came in, yeah, that's the way it was.
My car is moving a little slow today. There are some days when I wonder if it'd be possible for me to be dumb.
I know how you feel.
Sitting here trying to fire up Baseball America looking for him.
Wait till you get older.
1-2 with Prado at first, and there's 2 outs. Braves up 6-2. So left field, Blanks is there for the 3rd out, and the Braves are done in their half of the 8th, but lead it by 4 over the Padres. Depot, by KFC, by AT&T, and by Amica Insurance. Back in San Diego, and we go to the bottom of the 8th. It's 6-2. Braves on top of the Padres. John Sciambi and Joe Simpson, and Mike Gonzalez on the hill. And pumps in a strike to Tony Gwynn.
Got a lefty, then a switch hitter, then a lefty coming up.
Up the middle, and that gets through. AT&T call to the bullpen, and Bobby Cox bringing in his top left-hander.
Mike worked an inning last night, was very sharp, struck out 2. Got him 3 up and 3 down. One of the things looking back at the Dodgers series, Boog, was to keep in mind that Escobar did not play, was not available. Brian Church was not 100% because of his elbow. Braves were a little short-handed in that series, and maybe it'll be a different story this weekend.
Well, it's a Braves team with good starting pitching. And the Dodgers possess a lineup that has a lot of depth.
Another hookup again of Jurgens and Billingsley on Friday. Billingsley was outstanding in Atlanta. Struck out 9 in 5 innings before he cramped up. Get a look at Clayton Kershaw on Saturday. Good looking young pitcher.
Can have command problems at times. and Hiroki Kuroda and Javier Vasquez. A swing and a miss, and Cabrera is gone. And one away. Just from a storyline standpoint, a little bit of a bummer that it's not Kawakami and Kuroda going head to head. Yeah.
Wild night last night in LA. Dodgers scored 17 runs, had a little back and forth after Manny Ramirez got hit by a pitch. Then Prince Fielder got hit by a pitch late in the game by Guillermo Mota. Mota was thrown out of the game, and then after the game, the reports are that Prince Fielder tried to go in a hallway that connected two clubhouses and go from the Brewers clubhouse to the Dodger clubhouse to go after Mota, but was restrained by security guards and a couple of teammates.
And takes off for second. Venable going too far. I think it's probably starts with the number, but when you're just looking at Gonzalez and Venable, the size, the number, the body type, the left-handed swing, and from far away they look similar. Like I look down and then look up at the plate, not looking at the monitor, and they look similar at the dish to me.
And you're afraid that, wait a minute, what happened to Venable? What'd he do?
Right.
It's like he missed a hitter.
Yeah, absolutely.
They have their work cut out for them here in San Diego with the decision to trade Peavy, collect a lot of prospects, and trying to promote from within. A lot of guys have never played in the big leagues. A lot of guys that were all on their AAA roster at Portland to start the season.
3-2, Mike Gonzalez trying to finish off Will Venable. Now time is called. Yeah, they're in a tough spot, no doubt. Got him. Blew the fastball by him, 2 away.
I asked you earlier about the quotes, if there were any from Adrian Gonzalez, fastball up and in, regarding the end of his playing streak. And our Geico quote of the day comes from him regarding the end of his streak. The record means 0. I've never been a guy who looks at those kinds of things. For me, they're just more than being in the game. So good for him.
A day off or 2 days off doesn't change the fact that he's a guy that runs it out there pretty much every single day.
He also referred to having heavy legs. Road trips had taken something out of him, and that's something that when we're talking about fatigue for players in the dog days, that's something we don't talk about enough, is how heavy your legs get, how tired they are.
He was the first overall pick in the 2000 draft. And the Marlins traded him in 2003 to the Rangers in the You Get Urbina trade. Got him looking. Mike Gonzalez strikes out 3 in a row after allowing the leadoff single to Tony Gwynn. We'll go to the 9th in San Diego. The news is good at 6-2. And Atlanta gunning for a series win. Our Airtran home run leaderboards. Long one since the break. The Diamondbacks, the Cubs, and then the Braves. So Atlanta, since the All-Star break, but how good the team's been offensively since the 1st of July. I came 1,064 miles to get a kiss from Chipper Jones. Airtran. 1,064 miles to get a kiss from Chipper.
Well, I have a feeling the only thing she's going to get out of there, that is some mileage.
It's TV time. Joe Thatcher here, 24th appearance for the lefty. And he'll face McCann, then Anderson, and then Escobar.
He pitched last night, an inning and 2/3 of shutout ball. Talked about how hard it is for these lefties to hang in on him. McCann actually hit the ball hard off of him last night, but right at Venable and right.
Bryant's been on base 3 times, couple of walks. He's also knocked in 2 with a single. And he gets a hold of this one to left field. Blanks back, wandering near the track. 1 down here in inning number 9. The Braves on top by 4.
One of the things about Blanks that I really appreciate is that when a big, huge, lumbering guy like him comes to the big leagues, everybody just thinks he's only one-dimensional. He's either got to play first base or DH, and that is it. But good for him that he's athletic enough that he can play at one of the corner outfield spots. And I hope he does well. The game needs people like him.
And the breaking pitch drops into Garrett Anderson, 0-1. He knocked in the first run of the game. Braves led 1-0 at the end of 1. And I'm sure that was a subtle thing. Braves got after it offensively today, but just one of those little things felt good for Tommy Hanson, taking the mound up a run. Check swing. Did he go? Nope. That's Mike DeMuro.
No, he didn't.
I don't know about that, partner.
Hey, he's still up there, isn't he?
Good point.
And in the bottom of the first, Tommy got in some trouble. Walked the first guy, singled to the next guy. Fortunately, when Cabrera tried to steal, he slid off the bag, and that helped because the next guy got a walk, Gonzalez. And then a double play, and he's out of the inning.
Anderson down on strikes, 2 away. It'll bring up Yunel Escobar. Yunel 0 for 4.
We were talking about the mistakes, or when I referred to them in the keys to success for Tommy today. One of the things to keep in mind was that against the Dodgers, he'd thrown 4 shutout innings before he gave up the 3-run homer to Ethier. So it was just one pitch there that did so much damage when he had really pitched pretty well. And today, after the first inning, he set down 8 in a row, got into a nice groove. Every time he had a problem, Kevin Kuzminoff came up.
That's correct, and hit the ball on the ground at somebody.
Tough day for Kevin.
Talked to Matt Diaz about hitting into 3 double plays last night. He said, I was laughing about it. He said, I thought I hit a couple of them pretty hard, actually.
Well, there's a funny story about that. After he hit into the double play in the second. He was playing right field, so he's playing catch with the bullpen between him. And Soriano told him, hey, hit the ball up the middle. He said, well, you know, I did. I hit the ball up the middle, glanced off the pitcher's glove. What do you want me to do?
Out into right center field. That'll fall for a hit. And Unell's first knock of the day.
And Soriano says, well, then why don't you hit one in the seats to right field? It's not that far. Honestly,
right?
Yeah. Rafi's a good hitting coach.
Absolutely.
Little inside-out swing last night from Matt, and a big blow at the time. Two-run shot was followed by a two-run single later by Martin Prado, and Greg Norton giving his best man dialers there. It's a good one.
That's good. Adam with a single and a run scored in the second. He's flied to center, struck out looking, and flied to center again. 9 for 17 with the Braves. And now 2-1. Big swing and a miss. Pulled off that a little bit. 2-2. If the Braves win here today, they'll be 55 and 53. And he got him swinging. That's the inning. Braves leave a man. We'll go to the bottom of the ninth. Rafael Soriano coming on. And the Braves on top, 6-2. Trying to close this one out, come up with a series win in San Diego. How about our Mercedes attention assist to the game and Mr. Ryan Church?
From a long way out at right field, a short hop to McCann, and then get Headley. Nice pick here by Brian on the short hop. Meanwhile, it appeared that Headley got in there. Great effort by both Ryan Church and Brian McCann.
That was in the 5th inning. Church picks up the Mercedes assist of the game. Rafael Soriano takes over. And Oscar Salazar fouls one back. And it's the AT&T call to the bullpen.
Haven't called Rafael in 4 days. His last appearance was a save against the Dodgers on Saturday.
Next up for Escobar, sunglasses gleaming, and one up and one down.
Not a safe situation here.
Soriano's just been dominant. I think one of the best relievers in baseball this year. And he'll deal with Headley, who has that triple sandwich between a ground out and a strikeout. Braves up 6-2.
Some fans ask how the Braves travel on such short distance, like from San Diego to LA, and it is on the bus. Usually at least 2, sometimes 3.
Yeah, usually the 2 spots where you do it, San Diego, LA, and New York and Philly.
Yep.
Get on that.
Not filling up yet.
No.
As Gary Lehman can tell you, our director, you just get on Interstate 5 North, pedal to the metal.
The thing that's funny, though, is that out here, they take the highways and they put an article in front of it so that you don't get on Interstate 5, you get on the 5.
Yeah.
Being from the East Coast, the main thoroughfare would be 95. They would call it the 95 if they live there and we live here.
You're right. In LA, it's always the harbor, the 405, as you suggested.
Three and 2 now with 1 out, and the base is empty. Soriano in a non-save situation. The Braves trying to take 2 of 3 from the Padres.
Which is the best you can do after you lose the opener. That one was disappointing.
Walked him.
Don't need any drama today.
Cox nodding, I think, is Adam LaRoche saying he's going to play in back of Chase Headley. Not going to hold him on, and Big Kyle Blanks at the plate, 1 for 3. Braves got 1 in the first, 2 in the second, and then 3 in the fourth. Both McLouth and Chipper Jones with 3 hits in this one. McCann is knocked in 2, and McLouth is knocked in 2. Sorry about my voice cracking there.
With Tim Kirkjian on us.
A little bit. Peter Grady. It's time to change. It's time to rearrange. The 2-1. And that slider drops in for a strike. Wasn't real sharp, but it found the mark. And now it's even up on Blanks.
Yeah, finish this one off. Get it over with. Right up to L.A. on a high note. 17 hits last night, 14 today. Offense is cranking. Go to L.A. and see what happens.
The fastball was cranking, 96 with that heater. So now the Padres down to their final out, and it's Luis Rodriguez taking a strike as Headley takes off for second. Broken bat dribbler. Soriano picks it up, throws the first. Ball game. Braves win it 6-2. And Soriano just sawed the bat in half. So a good way to finish the series in San Diego. And our Home Depot player of the game, well, the Braves offense.
Yeah, everybody. Last two games, 15